Hi, and welcome to the Seated Podcast with Furniture Row. I'm Jessa, Creative Director and Design Extraordinaire.
And I'm Barb, Interior Designer and Buyer.
Welcome back, everyone. We're excited to see you.
If you're watching, you'll notice we're not in the studio. We're somewhere else. Where are we, Jessa?
We're at the St. Jude House in Colorado Springs that you interior designed with Furniture Row Furniture.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. We're going to talk about it today, and you're going to see lots of examples.
Yeah. It's been a great partnership, us staging these homes for over a decade. Mm-hmm. And this one has a heavy influence of organic modern.
It does. Lots of little touches.
And so it's a great time to talk about the organic modern trend. And
it's so popular right now.
It's so popular. It's so buzzy. What is it?
What is organic modern?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, you're the interior designer, but I also feel like I have a little bit of a handle on it, honestly, from looking at a lot of examples in here. Mm-hmm. But it's characterized by a neutral color palette.
Very neutral.
But you can have some pops of color mixed in.
Yeah, and we've seen those examples with some of the celebrity homes that we were looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. And also at market, I mean, a lot of the trending colors right now are just colors of nature, like the mossy greens, terracottas, jewel tones, like, sapphire or mustard, or just things you would find in nature.
I think everything at some point is taken from nature.
Yeah.
But right now, more than ever, to have, these little touches of organic modern throughout your home just brings in a sense of calm and just well-being, which is so important right now.
People need to be grounded.
They do. Yes, we do.
Grounding features in their home. But the modern part is still present. We've got the clean lines and the geometric shapes and the simplicity.
Curves.
Yeah, the simplicity of the color scheme a little bit. But like you said, the curves. The curves soften that modern angular look, and they bring it into just a comfortable space, and they make it a little bit more cozy and approachable. The colors, the textures, it's a style of contrast, which is also a really big thing right now.
It is. There's,
contrast.
Rough with like our table here, you'll see it's a root. It literally is an actual root, and we put a glass on top of it. And then that's mixed with something as sleek as a marble. Yeah. Which you see here.
Well, and so let's talk about materials that we see a lot in organic modern. It's a lot of natural materials like wood, stone, clay, marble, concrete, but they're contrasted with clean lines. So like this root table that's an organic root base, but it has a clean lined glass top.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know, wrangles in the craziness of the root. I mean, that root's going all different directions.
Controlled chaos.
It's controlled chaos.
Yeah. Everything's in control. Don't worry. That's what organic modern says to the people. Greenery is really important. It's a huge important part of organic modern because you're bringing the outdoors in.
We put a lot of greenery in this home. Of course, they're all faux plants because
there's not somebody consistently here to water them. But if you can put plants
outdoors,
in your home,
out front, we do have actual real plants.
Well, that's nice.
And someone does stop by and water. But as many plants as we've used in this house, they need to be fake.
Yeah. And if you are a plant person, though, good news is it's really good for your air quality. So it's not even just the aesthetic of them that's relaxing. It's actually good for your body.
Yeah, so it is. And, let's talk about the plant colors. We used all different colors of greenery. So anything from like a soft green to a brighter, bolder green.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And you see that in nature. I mean, green's all over the board. So we brought that into, this organic modern home that we designed.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really thought about it in curating plants, but you can have like lime green almost in some of the succulents, or a sage green in that little faux sage plant that you have.
Yeah. And it works really nice too, because the environment in this home is, very natural. It's light and airy. So these things play very well in the space.
Yeah, very true. And again, the plants are another great example, these specific ones sitting next to you, because they're in very natural clay pots, but then they're on a geometric round
very
table.
Sleek top. And it even has little marble brass in it, little brass accents.
Well, and there's a lot of, like we're saying, there's a lot of modern elements that are organic, like marble. Marble is an organic element.
Pulled right out of the earth.
There's marble places to go source marble.
We should go.
We could
I think that would be a lot of fun. We need to do that. Yeah.
Sounds a little sketchy. I feel like that's how people get murdered. I don't know. Do a quarry tour. I don't know about that. Or I digress. But I think, one of the interesting things
you make me laugh.
Murder.
Yeah. It's not very funny.
It's not funny. But again, the contrast. We're having a nice, relaxing conversation, and we work in something dark.
Yeah.
So
back to light. You know what? We should really talk about why we're in this home. What this home is about. With St. Jude and the connection there.
That is light. That would be a light thing to talk about.
Yes.
In the midst of, how we decorated organic modern in this space. Why do we even have this space to decorate organic modern in? The St. Jude home has been such a great partnership for us.
It has.
For as long as it has been, because we are the staging partner. And basically, let me know if I'm going to start the story and you can chime in. But we partner with a builder in the area that raffles off a whole house to somebody. And in order to be in the running to win that house, you have to buy tickets. And all of the money that you pay for the tickets to be entered to win the house goes directly to St. Jude. So I think this year they donated upwards of $1 million straight to St. Jude Hospital.
It's over $1 million. So each ticket, the tickets, they have a certain amount of tickets that they'll sell.
Right.
So you have a really great chance to win the home when you buy a ticket and it's $100 for a ticket.
Yeah. And
so it's a chance to win a beautiful home. Right. Now the furniture, we don't include the furniture in the home, but we do a $10,000 shopping spree. So somebody might win that. And then.
So you have multiple chances to win. It's not just the house. It's the $10,000 shopping spree.
Yeah.
So, and this is an example of the kind of furniture you could get if you win the shopping spree, but also it inspires people.
It does.
To win this home because it looks beautiful. You can't just walk into an empty home and feel like, I want this and I want to buy a ticket to win it. You got to feel like I could see myself here.
It's really interesting too, because a lot of people walk through the home and most all of them buy a ticket for their chance to win this beautiful home. If they showed up, you
might as well just go all the way here.
It's interesting too, because if you've ever met some of the people walking through to see the home, they'll tell you they know all about St. Jude. And, with St. Jude, it was really important for us to partner with St. Jude and with the builder, because at St. Jude, no family, no child is ever turned away. They're treated, they're in the hospital. They never, ever receive a bill.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important for us to do what we do, because we know how to make a home beautiful. We have beautiful furniture. And so what we do helps direct directly impact the families at St.
Right.
Jude.
And that's why they need so much money donated is because, nobody ever gets a bill. And we're just here contributing what we can to the mission. And sometimes that's all you can do in life is use the gifts that you have to help in ways that you can. Yeah. So we've contributed interior design and furniture because that's what we have.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. But so, I mean, I think you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Putting it together. And the other interesting thing is amongst organic modern style is the variety of textures. So it's not even just visual, it's the feeling. Tactile. The tactile feeling of everything mimics a nature experience if you
you're not going to walk through the grass, especially not at night. You're not going to walk out there and not feel that grass under your feet. Or if you're, pulling branches, you're going to feel all of that. It's the same thing in this organic
if you have a jute rug and stone elements in your home and wood elements, there's so many opportunities to feel feelings of nature and different textures because that's how you would feel in nature.
In nature, absolutely.
So that's another big part of organic modern that I think you accomplished well in here.
Thank you.
I guess, so we've gone over some of those main characteristics of organic modern. Some people say it's a mix of mid-century modern and Scandinavian.
I feel like maybe that came from, the whole Frank Lloyd Wright when he was building his amazing spaces.
Right.
He really wanted to bring the outdoors in and just blend into nature. And so maybe that has a little bit of a reason why.
Actually, when I was learning more about organic modern, one of the things that I read was that a lot of people do attribute Frank Lloyd Wright to introducing the concept of organic architecture. And he was able to blend sleek and modern with organic, earthy textures well in his work. And so organic modern looks.
I think they're both the same.
They really,
but we've chosen just to say organic modern.
Yeah, chicken or the egg. That doesn't even really, when in Rome, doesn't really apply. But anyway, you could say whatever you want. Tomato and tomato. That was the right one. Yeah, that makes more sense. But he really laid the foundation for organic modernism.
I think so.
Yeah. And
I would love to go to one of his, architecture. I would love to see Falling Water. I've never, been there in person.
Where is that?
Let's ask Haley. Where is it, Haley?
We have our producer here and
Let's go to Pennsylvania. Let's go to Pennsylvania and then the Marble place, and we're going to see lots of things.
I think you're right. That would be kind of a fun little design trip, but I think it's cool how many spaces, not just Frank Lloyd Wright's works, but
I think he designed like 1,000 different spaces.
Yeah, he designed so many spaces. And then there's new architects and designers that are popping up all over the place. I would say probably their inspirations are attributed to him for sure. Because organic modern is popping up in so many public spaces and hotels.
Do you feel like it went dormant for a while? Like it just wasn't a thing and now it's just this huge resurgence?
I think it's always been, to an extent, a thing. But I just think people are really leaning into it right now.
Wonder why.
People have always brought nature into their home. And it's like you're saying, people need that grounding force in their life because, we've never had more news and digital inputs in our life. And so we just need to get back to nature sometimes for grounding and peace. And having natural elements in your home, even subconsciously, really has that effect, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
it's back to nature.
Yeah, back to nature. Biophilia, keeping things minimal yet nature inspired, keeps them peaceful.
Yeah. We should talk about the hotel here in Denver, the Populous.
Speaking of spaces that we are seeing a lot of organic modern in. Yeah. The Populous is one of the best examples, and it's right here in Denver. Mm-hmm. It's a brand new hotel. It is actually
it's like aspen trees on the outside. It's
inspired by aspen trees. So the exterior is a modern shape, but then the details are all so organic because it has all these inlets in the exterior of the building that look like aspen eyes. Yeah, like the little black marks on the aspen trees. It's emulating that. And apparently it helps with the way that they're built. It helps with keeping it temperature controlled.
There was a lot of thought into this design. It wasn't just about, hey, let's build this super cool looking structure.
Right.
But it was all about, just keeping it, low carbon footprint, all of, things that are helping our nature here without destroying a lot of nature as well.
Well, and I think that's what modern building is too. It's not just thinking about how things look, but how they function and how they impact nature around it. And that's really important to people now. So I really think they checked all the boxes there.
They went beyond, though.
They did.
In such a great way. I mean, I was reading even the keys for the doors have little sleeves on them that are... They're little seeds, so you can plant them. I mean, so cool. Every little thing,
every detail is thought of.
Think how many times you've gone to a hotel and they hand you your plastic room key.
Right. I always think about that.
And then it's in this paper sleeve.
Yeah.
You just throw that paper sleeve away, or you give it back to them.
It never biodegrades.
Well, they're giving you a paper sleeve and you can plant it.
Oh.
I mean, if we could all be that thoughtful.
Yeah, I know.
It's just down to the room key. That's so awesome.
Detail. Well, and just everything that they built with, all the materials are recycled in some way, it seems, or most of them. And I think it's one of the top hotels in the
Time Magazine.
Time Magazine named it one of the top hotels in the world because of that. Mm-hmm. Yes, producer notes. Yeah, so I guess they have a 1 night, 1 tree initiative. So for every guest, they plant a tree.
That is so
they're actually
awesome.
Helping reforest.
Do you know where?
Well, I read that they were reforesting Colorado. They were directly
a lot of our trees burned down in the fires.
Colorado. Yeah, and they're using a lot of beetle kill wood. So it's just like a great example of how to build in a truly modern way.
Yeah,
going forward, and really thinking of all the details there.
I love it. I want to stay there. I'm gonna go to the Populous Hotel.
So that's a great example of modern organic in our city, but there's plenty others. I guess it's carbon positive, which is great.
Yeah.
I think it might be one of the first hotels that's carbon positive.
Really?
So can't say enough good things. It's beautiful. It's modern organic style and theory, just what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of spaces out there in the world, in public spaces that are organic modern, but there's also a lot of celebrities that are taking up organic modern, like Dakota Johnson.
I love her kitchen.
Yeah.
Now her kitchen cabinets are bright green.
Yeah.
They are beautiful.
So it's mimicking nature in that sense. And it doesn't all have to be neutrals like we're saying. You can have those pops of color from nature.
Her home is a bit mid-century modern too. I love all the windows. I mean, it's like you're outside.
Yeah.
Like I've been to her home. I've never been to her home.
Well, but that's another great principle of organic modern is letting the light flow in because you have to let a little bit of the outdoors in. Just breezy, airy.
In this home, there's a lot of natural light.
I think the open concept in this particular home really lends well to the light flowing through it.
Yeah. It's very open when you walk in. You can see all the way upstairs. And then, of course, they've gone up high with the windows. So it it definitely has such a happy sunlit feeling in here. Even the basement.
Even the basement.
Yeah, the basement has high ceilings, but even you would not really know it's a basement, maybe, but I don't think so. It's very bright down there.
Okay.
We'll look at that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to have you kind of like talk through each room. If you want to kind of delve into.
Yeah, we could start with the living room where we are now. This is like a living, dining, great room.
Right. So, I mean, and this is like for any space you have, you can kind of pick and choose elements of organic modern. Yeah, this house is more done up from the beginning, of actually all the way from the beginning, like the builder factored in organic modern into their choices in tile and fixtures. So we'll have to include that little interview with Grace Covington because she did a great job designing this house organic modern.
She did. And that was what she wanted it to be. Since she started that design with the actual build, she wanted the finish, the furnishings and the style that we do to also go along with that. So
yeah. And so your ability to decorate around it is cool. So yeah, just before we get into it, I want to acknowledge the builder, from the beginning, how to design a house from the beginning. If you want to start with a house that you're remodeling or you're building a brand new house, you can factor in organic modern into that decision as well. And it actually is really good, I think, probably for resale values because it's such a neutral, timeless aesthetic. And I think it's something that people really value, having the sophistication mixed with the natural world is something that people will always value. So it's a really good choice in how to build your home.
But if you're not building a home, you can incorporate it into your current home.
Yeah, exactly. Little parts and pieces.
Yeah. And how would I guess we should describe organic modern, like as music. How would you say? Yeah. So like we've described the elements, but like the vibe of it, if I were to describe it. Some people feel like it's a little bit boho, but I would say it's like, boho is more like music. What's the difference
between boho and organic modern, would you say?
I feel like boho is more free-spirited.
Yeah.
And I would liken it, like I said earlier, like a music festival. And organic modern would be more like a symphony mixed with, I think you said bluegrass earlier. Yeah, maybe a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's like organic modern is a symphony and boho is a music festival. I like how you say that because it's just organic modern's a lot more refined. But if I had to describe it, I would say like if there's a bluegrass opera mixture, that would be organic modern because it's free spirited, improvisational within a framework.
I like how you describe things.
Yeah.
I'm listening going, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think if you were going to do just a living room, of organic modern, and again, people can take what they will from that. But here is an all out example. What would you do? Like, what did you do in the living room spaces here?
Okay. That's a couple questions, and answers on that one. So this room is one big open floor plan. The kitchen's kind of tucked back there, but it's part of the openness, but it is tucked back a little bit. So I had to think about how to make the space flow from living to dining. So what really helped was the rug choices. I didn't want to do two different size rugs, two different types of rugs. I wanted to keep the rugs consistent, and I don't always, do the exact same rug twice in a home, but in this particular space I did. So that was kind of my grounding point, was with the rug. And then from there, the selection of the furnishings, I wanted to do some neutrals, like with the sofa. It's leather. It's just a cream leather sofa, and it has a wood base on it. So I brought in that organic modern feel within the wood base. The coffee table with the, it's a root. It's an actual root. That to me is very organic modern. And then the lines of our chairs.
Yeah, that is
love
such a
the
unique
wood
table.
mixture. Oh yeah, that table is so cool. It's super cool. But these chairs, this is interesting. I love the bent wood on the chairs. On this chair, this is actually a recliner
that you're sitting in. Yeah, and
You'd
it does
never know
not
it was
look like a recliner at all.
Not at all.
What's that one called?
I know that. We'll have to put that in
we'll
the show notes.
We'll link it. Yeah.
Yes, we do quick. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's okay.
And then your chair, I like that it swivels. That was another. I had to really think about that because
but it's stylish.
It's very functional, very stylish. I love the rounded edges, the curve. But what's cool is that it does swivel. So if, this is your space and it's a big open floor plan, and your kitchen's tucked back there, you can swivel around and talk to the people over in the kitchen.
What's for dinner?
Yeah. What's for dinner? When's dinner ready?
When's dinner ready?
But it's just, I love that chair. And you know what? I debated, should I put it there or should I put it here? And I was like, that might be the better choice. So yeah. So anyway, that's why I selected that. These little tables, I love how they nest. I love, it's round again. The marble. I just thought it was a great little nesting grouping of tables next to our chairs. Yeah. And then in the entrance, we have a little cabinet. Entrances are a big deal. I think we should talk about those one day too. But I wanted to put like a little cabinet that felt very natural. I mean, you can feel the texture of that cabinet. It's super cool.
It's not printed on. It's very much real.
It's very much real. Yeah. So we did that. And then a little lamp that looks like driftwood. That is not real. Like our table is real wood. That one is not. It's just made to look that way.
But I do want to say too, there is a contrast because the cabinet you chose again is angular and modern shape. And then it has that herringbone pattern, which to me, I mean, it's classic, but it's got the angular lines to it. Yeah. And so you have the great contrast of modern or straight lines and organic shapes. And that's what organic modern is in a corner, you know?
Yeah. And then over in the dining room, because it's so close to the kitchen, I could have done a contrast. Now, here's where I didn't contrast it.
Yeah.
But I really liked this table and chairs with the kitchen cabinets. It worked so beautifully with it.
Yeah, they're both a gray tone, slate.
Yeah.
Maybe not slate, but gray brown.
Well, and this is a little bit, sleeker of a design, this table and chairs, versus over here we've got the root table. We've got
a lot
leather.
more natural.
Yeah. So it is a nice contrast for design.
Yeah. To the living room. That's a little bit, more natural.
And then the nubby fabric. I always call it nubby. It's boucle, whatever you want to call it. But I like using the
Everybody
word nubby.
has their own word for it.
Yeah. But I think that gives us the textural interest that this space needed.
Well, and you also factored in organic into the tabletop since you have such a modern shaped table. You really added, organic shaped or organic clay plates and tableware into the mix, and the little tray stand that you have in the middle of the table is wooden, and the big bowl of plants in the middle of the table is a
Don't those look
big
real?
centerpiece. Yeah, I think, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, if you're going to incorporate fake plants, succulents are one of the best types to incorporate because you can't tell barely. If at all, you have to touch them a lot of the time to know. So,
And we
it's
have
a big
a lot
bowl
of those.
succulents. Yeah.
Throughout the home.
In a very organic white bowl that's like
It's
a raw
paper
clay
mache.
look. It's paper mache.
Yeah, it's like a paper mache bowl.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Is it actually made of paper? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you can touch it. It's lightweight,
That is
super
very
lightweight.
cool. Yeah, because that would be heavy
Yeah.
if it were clay and dirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, we did the matching server, and then the nice big round mirror. I love that mirror.
I like the dots that are around their like knobs.
Yeah, like little knobs,
Like
little
almost like
wood-
hardware that you would
Yeah.
see on the front of a cabinet, like a pole, like they're large
Mm-hmm.
round little balls just around the area or around the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun and playful. And
Well, I like too that I like putting a little bit of black in each room. So
The
it's-
contrast.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast. And it's, these walls are really high, you see up to the second floor. So I felt like the mirror was a good size for the space.
yeah,
Yeah.
more and more filling walls with larger pieces of work is popular because
Well, especially
one
when
piece
you
can
have
fill.
Yeah, when you have these spaces where it goes up to the second floor, it's like, what do you do with that space?
with a huge wall like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And again, like I
Beautiful.
said, I use the same rug twice. And then we have a little bar cart here that on wheels, or on casters, so you can move it around. I just
But
chose
it's
to put it
not
there.
like a particularly glam bar cart. Like
No.
it looks very natural. It's got a stone looking base on each level and more of a,
It's round.
more of a weathered metal look. So hammered metal. So it's not, overly glam. It fits in with the organic modern.
Yeah.
Even the artwork you've selected for the house is very tactile, 3D as far as fabric on top of the canvas,
Well, I think this one is a mixture of like
paint and
fabric. And it's definitely the fabric, but
Yeah.
then there's some sort of clay like on
Right.
top of the fabric.
artwork. There's so much out there that's got a 3D nature. And I think that plays in really well to the organic modern aesthetic because again, it's that textural, that visual textural experience and even like tactile textural experience that mimics nature.
Always want to touch it. I'm so bad. Like when I see it exposed like this, I'm like,
Look,
I
if
wanna
it's your
touch it.
house, you can do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, but don't touch other people's.
Don't touch other people's work. Just imagine. It's like looking at it makes you know what it feels like though,
Yeah.
because it's 3D.
And you know what it feels like, but then you just want to touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have 3D art over the fireplace as well.
Yeah, you can really see the paint strokes. So that's cool.
In the entrance behind the door, this particular piece is not organic modern, but I would say it's organic because it took shape and it came to life because so many people that came to the opening painted this painting. A lot of kids painted. It was so much fun watching them get joy out of adding their little touch to this piece of art. So we're going to keep moving with that. We're going to put it in the next St. Jude home and finish it there.
That's so cool.
But I mean, the colors and things like that, it's very different than the rest of the home, but it certainly is.
It draws
lot of
attention to the
fun.
purpose of the house
Yeah.
well. But I think it is also a great example of how different efforts and elements can come together into one unified look. And that's kind of what this style is
Yeah.
as well. So, I mean, it's going with the vibe. It's in keeping with the
is.
vibe.
It is. And it fills that space too very nicely.
Yeah, it's a nice big canvas.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of natural elements to it. There's the fish and the flowers and the butterflies.
There's some curves.
Yeah, there's definitely
Lots of
a lot of
hearts.
curves. The sun.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So what would you do for a bedroom?
For organic modern, well, we could talk about the primary bedroom in this home and what we did there. So we mixed a bed. I think it's called the Mira. Is that how you say it? Mira?
Yeah, it's like a metal bed.
Yeah, and
metal bed frame.
It has the little shapes, the little arch shapes. That's another design style in organic modern, arched
And curved.
walkways. Yeah. Or walkways.
Oh, like I read that too, like in the architecture of a space, instead of like a square entryway, a round entryway.
Yeah.
They're very organic.
Yeah. It's kind of like walking, I don't know, through like an open cave.
Yeah.
Just rounded. It's just a nice feel. Anyway, so I wanted
relaxed.
It is relaxed. I wanted to mimic that. So in the primary bedroom, there's an arch walkway that goes into the bathroom.
Nice.
So the bed mirrors that. And then we use different nightstands and dresser in there. And it has very textural, the wood on the front of those is, has that tactile. It's hard to say. And then just the brushed brass that's on it. It's really nice together. So yeah, I think that mix of the metal, because it's so sleek, and then the roughness of the wood, I like that for that bedroom.
Yeah. Again, the sleek with the organic textural.
And then we brought in an old little like sawhorse bench that looks, you like to use the word
Whittling.
Do you remember saying that? I was like,
yes.
whittle.
We've talked about crafting quite a bit here.
Yeah. And when I saw that bench, I was like, I wonder if that looks like it's been whittled.
It looks like it's been, which is a very organic look.
It is.
Yeah.
So we put that in there, and then the curtains. Wow. Those are so cool. They have a lot of texture to them, but they let in a lot of natural light. So
they're well balanced that way.
Yeah. So that's what we did in the primary bedroom.
Nice.
And then added a rug.
You know what I really liked about the upstairs living room is you had a blue sofa. It's like a jewel toned sapphire slate.
It's like the ocean.
It's like the ocean.
Yeah.
So that's another example of pops of color. I think it's a perfect example of how, pops of color are surrounded by neutrals, but the pop of color is natural. But it's not natural as in like brown. It's natural as in like the ocean.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to be natural.
Yeah. And I love that sofa. I love the velvet that's on it. I think it's a velvet.
Very textural.
Yeah. So cozy. But what did you like about the landing upstairs? What really drew you there?
Well, the sofa was such a focal point, but it was still very relaxed, and it wasn't all beige. It was relaxed in a way that was still visually interesting. And there was a lot of contrast between natural colors and brighter natural colors, subdued and brighter natural colors. And it was a great example of the mix of textures.
Yeah. And then the artwork up there, that was pretty cool. And it's very neutral.
Yeah.
It has, it's like they took some sort of clay or something and just scraped it on the canvas. It's super cool. I like it.
Very organic, modern. Well, and a lot of what I like about the chairs and the ottomans that are in here, like the chair you're sitting in that you were talking about before, is the contrast of the sleek wood and the boucle again, or woven. Like that's like a very chunky woven chair, but then it has the sleek arms. Whereas upstairs, there's an ottoman that goes with the sofa. That's a boucle fabric, but then it has a sleek wooden tray that goes around it. So it's very creative.
So you can move that tray back and forth. It's really a neat piece, or just remove it all together.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're doing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I like multifunctional pieces.
So important.
Yeah.
In any style, whether it's organic, modern, or, you know, glam farmer, it is important to have multifunctional pieces.
Yeah, I would agree. And then the mirrors, again, more arches. So we put some mirrors above the sofa, and they have those little spheres on them.
The spheres.
But that mirror, okay, so this
so
mirror
playful.
in here is wood, and it weighs, I don't even know I do know the pound, but I don't know off the top of my head, like how much
how many pounds particularly.
Yeah, I have that information, but if somebody wants to know, but it's so heavy. It took several people to hang this mirror.
Yeah.
But the ones upstairs, those are all metal and they don't weigh anywhere near.
Interesting that the wooden one, it's such natural wood that you can feel. I mean, and that's the thing about natural wood is it will last a long time, but it is a little heavier. So just account for that. And, you know, it's a big grounding force in the room.
It is. And we
it can
also,
stay where it is.
The grounding force up there too is, again, a little bit of black up on the walls.
Oh, yeah.
So it ties it together.
Just tie it all together. And the kids' rooms were so beautiful.
Oh, I think those turned out really fun, didn't they?
Yeah. And it's a very playful version of organic modern, but
I like the, in the boys' room, I love the shelves.
okay.
They're very organic modern with the wood, you know, and you see that live edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's mixed with the metal frame. That is turned out nice with the desk.
Yeah, it's organic, modern, all in one piece. Again, there's so many pieces like that here, but that was a really good example.
I will say though, the little girl room, I don't know that I would even classify that in organic modern, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, the bed is like a little house. Super cute, but it is, I would not say that's organic modern at all.
But I mean, you know what? I think it's important in any design style that you have for your house to allow rooms to break from that style a little bit because there's multiple people in your home and they all have to have a say in what their space looks like and what makes them happy. And if your daughter is really into pink right now and she doesn't want anything to do with organic modern and she thinks it's boring,
she wants a house.
You gotta roll with it sometimes. And it's okay if not everything is so matchy. And
I don't think it needs to be matchy. There's a lot of white in her room. Yeah.
Very bright. She's letting the sunlight in, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, overall, it all comes together really nicely, and it's a beautiful
It turned
home.
out very nice. Yeah. And you know, the builder did such a great job. Like they put a lot of thought in the paint
light
color
fixtures too.
Yes, the light fixtures. So when we come in and decorate the home, it makes it a lot easier for us.
You made really good choices around those builder
thank you.
Options.
Thank you.
Builder
it's
choices.
A lot of fun. It is a process of selecting furniture, you know, laying it out, because just because we like something doesn't mean we can necessarily use it. It has to fit in the space, you know? So I do a CAD drawing and lay everything out. And, you know, some things that I want to use, I'm like, oh, it won't fit. It's not going to fit.
Well, and that's a huge important thing too, is anything that you bring into a space, you have to make sure it fits within that space well.
Measure twice.
Yeah. So you did such a great job bringing organic modern into this house.
Thank you.
Let's just kind of recap what are the main checklist items if you're going to bring organic modern into your house, a little bit or a lot or all the way. What are some of the elements that you want to make sure to include?
I would say curves, rounded shapes, natural elements like our root table here, textures, very tactile,
a variety
textures.
of tactile textures.
And look for different colors that, lend towards or nods to nature.
I think those all make a lot of sense to me. Like a lot of the colors that you were talking about earlier, the
plants.
Yeah,
we
plants.
should mention that again.
Bringing in a lot of greenery. Yes. That's a great source of a pop of color. But, even colors in nature, you can get creative. They don't just have to be browns and grays and tans. They can be
greens and blues and clay. Yeah.
Clay, terracotta, mustardy colors. Those are all found in nature. Maybe not neon. There's not many neon examples in nature. Maybe in some flowers.
You know what? Yeah. I personally think that all colors
are in nature.
Yeah,
that's true. That's
somehow,
true. Like
some
neon green. Yeah. But it's all about balance. And it's also, for me, one of the biggest things about organic modern is the contrast. So whether it's one piece or you're bringing together a room, finding a piece that has the contrast between sleek lines and an organic texture or shape, or balancing a room with sleek lines and organic textures and shapes. That's the epitome of organic modern.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there.
Yeah. So bottom line is organic modern will ground you. It will make you feel both elegant and natural. And
hopefully bring some calm into your busy lifestyle.
Right. Yeah. And if anybody is an operatic bluegrass singer band, please call us. Please write in. Please comment. And because we'd love to hear what that actually sounds like, our example of organic modern, because maybe we would overlay it into this episode.
We should. There's someone out there that will be calling, I'm sure.
Out there. Yeah, there's every kind of music. But even if you aren't an operatic bluegrass singer, let us know what you think about organic modern. And, we're going to follow us on socials because we're going to have a lot of follow-ups and bonus content of each of the rooms.
We want to hear your questions.
We want to hear your questions about each of the rooms, but we're also going to have interviews with Barb in each of the rooms so you can kind of see them in a little bit more detail.
Not to jump back, but I'm jumping back.
Okay.
I wanted to say this.
Yep.
Really, like organic modern, when you have touches of that in your home or a whole home that is organic modern.
Yeah.
When you feel calm and your home, you have that sense when you walk in your home and it just feels calm and there's craziness out in the world. What it does is it helps you when you go back out into the world to make a difference. You know what I mean?
To bring that with you.
Yes. And I think that's so important. I think that's what's happening with this whole natural and organic feel and this whole push, to just get back to nature. It just makes everything better.
I just love that.
Yeah.
That was a perfect final thought just to leave everybody with. Bring organic modern into your life. Bring the organic modern vibe into your work because it'll make it better.
It'll affect you in a positive way, and then you can go out and affect other people
in a positive
way.
Yeah. Yeah. Go out and be positive people. So thanks again for listening to this episode of the Seated Podcast, and we'll see you again next week.
We'll see you later.